So for section 1.4, we're going to talk about different types of angles, and then we're going to talk about the angle addition postulate. So real quick, we're just going to go over the different types of angles, which this should not be new, but we have an acute angle, so just remember that that is less than 90 degrees, so it's going to look something like this angle here. An obtuse angle, that's going to be greater than 90. Again, it's going to look something like this, bigger than 90. And a right angle is going to be equal to 90 degrees, and it's going to have that little box there in the corner to represent that that is 90 degrees. And then we have a straight angle, which forms a line, and that is going to equal 180 degrees. So our first example, we're going to look at a protractor and classify each angle and say how many degrees it is. So we're going to first trace over these angles. So our first angle is LKN. So when we're counting, we're going to start with where one of our rays begins. So we're going to start at 0 here, and the angle's opening up. So we're going to start with the bottom number since we're starting with 0. And if we look at where that ends, it ends at 145 degrees. And we know that that answer makes sense because it is bigger than 90 degrees, so that is an obtuse angle. Next, we have angle JKL. So again, we're going to trace over that JKL. And what we want to do is we want to look at, you can pick either the inside or the outside number since it doesn't start right at 0 or 180. So I'm going to pick the outer numbers to work with, and we're just going to take the bigger number minus the smaller number of where those cross at. So for angle JKL, we're going to have 90, and then this one is at 35. So we're going to do 90 minus 35, and that is going to give us 55 degrees. And again, if we're looking at that angle, that does make sense because it's smaller than 90, so it is acute. You could also do it the other way, and you could go 145 minus 90, and you would still come up with the same answer of 55. So you just want to make sure that you're picking either to start on the bottom or start on the top numbers. And then lastly, we have angle JKN. And if you look at that right there, that is a 90 degree angle. So that is a right angle. So in section 1.2, we did segment addition postulate. So that was taking two smaller segments, adding them to be a bigger segment. So the same concept is with the angle addition. We have an angle, we have a point in the interior of it, so in the inside of it. And so then we can say that the two smaller angles created are equal to the larger angle. So if we look at an example here, we would have ABC is our angle. And then it says that D is in the interior. So it could be anywhere. It could be here, it could be over here, here. It doesn't matter where that point is, but just point D is inside the angle. And then we also know from our postulate that through any 2 points, there is exactly one line. So we can draw a ray going like this. So the angle addition would say that angle ABD plus angle DBC equals the total ABC. So we're going to use that to solve some problems. So here we're looking for angle 1 and angle 2. So what we're going to do is we know that angle ABD here is a straight angle, and a straight angle equals 180 degrees. So we know that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus this 30 degrees here has to equal 180. Now these little tick marks here, these arc marks, those mean that angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent, so they're going to be the same degrees. So since they're the same, I'm going to put x's in both of them, since I know they both have to be x. And then we're going to add what we have to equal 180. So we're going to start with angle 1, which is x, plus angle 2, which is also x, plus 30 equals 180. Then from there, we're going to combine like terms, so we get 2x plus 30 equals 180. If we subtract the 30 over, we get 2x equals 150. So then we get x equals 75. So that means that angle 1 and angle 2 are both 75 degrees. And we can always plug back in and just check that 75 plus 75 plus 30 equals 180. Then from here we want angle ABC. So that is angle 1 and angle 2. So we know that angle 1 and angle 2 are 75. So we're just going to do 75 plus 75, which gives us 150 for angle ABC. And we should be putting our degree symbol on there since we're talking about an angle. And then lastly, it says angle EBD. So for angle EBD, we have angle 2 plus the 30. We've got this angle here and this angle, so that is 75 plus 30, which gives us 105 for that angle. You could also do that a different way. You could do the 180 minus 75, since we know we don't have angle 1. A lot of these you could have done a different way, so as long as you are getting to the right answer and fine with however you want to do it, a lot of you guys are going to see it differently. And then finally, our last example, we have to find x. So it tells us that angle ROL equals 12x minus 6. So we're first going to write this out in angle addition with the letters. So we're going to have angle ROF plus angle FOL equals angle ROL. And then from here, we can just plug in and solve. So ROF is 7x plus 4 plus FOL is 3x minus 1 equals ROL, which is 12x minus 6. Then we're going to combine like terms here. So we get 10x plus 3 equals 12x minus 6. We subtract the 10x over. We get 3 equals 2x minus 6. Add 6 to both sides. We get 9 equals 2x. And if we divide by 2, we get 9 halves or 4.5 as our final answer for x.